how's it going? My name's Shayla Maynard, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of So Valley. We're over in the West End. We are a sustainably focused nonprofit garment factory, sample room, and incubator space for apparel brands and individuals interested in the sewn trades. So we provide space, resources, services, equipment, and training for anyone interested in the industry in various ways. And our offering is we offer cut and sew services, so sample development. We offer everything in the sample development phase and into small batch production, and we consider small batch 10 to 100 units per style. So we work with anyone from an emerging designer who has no industry knowledge whatsoever. We're more than willing to help you out, or we work with seasoned brands and designers and companies in helping develop and produce their products locally, sustainably, ethically, and efficiently. We also rent studio spaces and our equipment by the hour, like a makerspace model, but specifically for apparel, textiles. And we also offer educational workshops. So if you check on our website, sovalley.org, we have some classes coming up this fall. Introductory industrial sewing classes, DIY alterations, a flower pounding class with plants that we've grown in the West End Community Garden. It's pretty fun. So check us out. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we're glad you're here. If you have not taken a tour of their space, it is wild. It's like down in the flag building, right, where they make flags.
Yeah, we're in National Flag Company's building. They're actually, I always say, like, they're way cooler than us. They've been making flags in Cincinnati since 1875, and nobody knows about them, and it's pretty awesome. So, yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here. Our next guest is Elisa Smith. I keep saying that. From the Cincinnati Maker Collaborative. So she is the ecosystem builder for artisans and craftspeople and manufacturers. Thank you for being here.
Hi everyone, nice to see you all tonight, glad to be here. So yes, I am Elisa Smith. I am the local project lead for the Cincinnati Makers Collaborative. The Cincinnati Makers Collaborative is a project that is led by Urban Manufacturing Alliance, which is in New York City. The purpose of the project is to create an organization that can be a bridge between local makers and all of the resources that exist to help them to build businesses. The Makers Collaborative is actually a group of different organizations that have come together to pool resources and ideas towards helping makers. Our current members include Oku Studio, Hive 13, Par Projects, Xavier University, and UC's 1819 Makerspace. Our focus is on, like I said, connecting makers to the people, the spaces, the materials that they need, and figuring out how do we make those things more affordable for makers and more readily accessible to makers. One of the things that we've found, one of the biggest challenges, and I'm a maker myself, so I'm speaking from experience, but one of the biggest challenges that makers have is that there are lots of resources for startups who focus on software locally. Those resources are very, very obvious. But when it comes to making physical products and finding the right resources to do that, it's not so obvious. It's very, very hard to understand. There's also, the resources are very fragmented, so as a maker, if you want to create a business, it means going from place to place, trying to figure out who can help you, and that takes away from actually running your business and starting your business, and it also takes away from actually making. So it can be very, very frustrating. Makers are the future, and I think that in a lot of ways manufacturing is, it's taken for granted basically. It's not well resourced just in general. It's hard for makers to find funding. There are so many things, and what we've been doing as a Makers Collaborative is just understanding the resources that exist locally, meeting with people, whether it's city leaders, business coaches like those at SCORE, the SBA. We've been meeting with many, many people and helping them to understand the challenges that makers are facing and helping them to, basically influencing them to create resources and to make resources more readily available for micro manufacturers. So yeah, that's the Makers Collaborative.
Oh my gosh, welcome to the stage. Thank you. Thank goodness. And last but not least, we have April Culbreth from 80 Culbreth Design. Yes, she is a life coach, conservationist, artist, and professor. Shows creativity, restoration, and circularity go hand in hand. She is passionate about teaching that both clothes and people can be saved and reimagined. Thank you for joining us.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous, y'all. But I like to tell everybody I'm just April. That started off on an upstate New York farm where my mom and my dad raised us in just open land. And my dad would walk out to the backyard and into the tree line and go hunting. And we never had beef. We had deer. That was our first beef. So just to let you know, even though I might look a little shiny up here, that's where we started off at, playing in mud fields and all that kind of stuff. So one of the things I do, I'm AD Culbreth Designs. I like to bring people together through art and conservationism, environmentalism, and try to tie that to the psychology of it as well. I started off designing clothes, traveling to New York, studying fashion and merchandising there. Started just kind of migrating from trying to figure out what did I get from creating things. And I created so much stuff and I realized what it was. I was processing all of my emotions into it. I'm sure you all as creators put a lot of your self into everything that you make or teach. So one of the programs that I have is very dear to my heart, and I'll just thank Jenny right now for allowing me to be up here. I've been around the hub before they even had the larger space. And if you like my shirt, this is actually fabric from the hub. Okay? So, and if you like that chair over there, that was a whole bunch of chairs that they had at the hub that they were getting ready, this company was getting rid of. And we took that back. The fabric that's on there is from the hub as well, that I weaved the chair out of. So it just gives an idea of everything that you can actually do with straps. So that's what I work with. Anything that you can save, from my mom's, our lovely cotton sheets that she would have, and I would steal them. And I would actually make dresses for me and my friends. And I turned that into a business. So if we're thinking about business, I turned that into a business when I was even in high school. So with that, one of the things that I'm very proud of is my a grant project that I had that was working with veterans. And the reason behind that is I am a veteran myself. I'm a veteran combat medic for the U.S. Army. And I brought a lot of veterans together to help them process their PTSD, MST, and homelessness. And where I taught them how to reupholster furniture, refinish furniture, and things like that, and teach them about how rebuilding yourself through a creative endeavor and rebuilding yourself. Because I think that we are probably the most precious resources that can benefit from, I always say, reupholstering our lives, just tearing things down and rebuilding it. That's probably the most therapeutic thing you can possibly do. So with that, I love to teach children how to repair their clothes so they're not throwing them out and all that good stuff. I want to say that Goodwill and the rest of the thrift stores have actually been my source of peace, of giving back, as far as being able to buy something and redo it, and it actually goes and helps someone else. So That was before I even started with the hub. So hopefully that imparts something on you as far as what you're doing. Even if you're using things that are recycled, upcycled, and things like that, you're actually helping somebody in the same process and helping yourself as well. So I don't know.